Fox Hunt is exactly what I thought it was. It is a game mode where the last team standing will be victorious. It is hardcore survival. It is going to take exactly what Metal Gear is, where you're going to get your weapons on site. You're going to have to be stealthy and tactical. And of course, if you're like me, somebody who played the original Metal Gear Online, you're going to have some of them headshots. Let's get into this brand new game mode that is slowly getting revealed. I've pretty much been trying to dissect any footage or information. I really did not get everything I needed, and now it looks like I have enough to give you guys a full rundown, break this down fully. Let's go. Metal Gear Explained here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment if you rock with me and want more. It's the place to be. So let's talk about it. Metal Gear is definitely looking amazing. I have a review for the actual full game. You can check that out on the channel. But today we're going to talk about the multiplayer. Before we get forward, I am a hardcore Metal Gear Online player. I prefer the original Metal Gear Online. At the same time, I realized Konami decided to do something different, something new that they haven't done, and they wanted to kind of take it to another level, and they given us Fox Hunt. And I still honestly don't know exactly what it is, but we're going to read through what they informed, and the videos show a lot of information as well. They have the website up with some new details, and they did some interviews. I pretty much scavenged all of that to give you guys a quick rundown. I'll give you a quick preview of what the website showcased. Originally, I talked about what the game mode kind of hinted at. It said it's going to have some hide and seek style, thrilling gameplay with Metal Gear themed elements. And that was kind of vague and it wasn't enough. This is the brand new footage, which you're seeing, which I showcased in a second, but these are the clips from it. And basically, they talked about the camo. It's a brand new thing where you can swap and change to different terrains to basically blend in with the environment a bit. I don't think this is going to work against a player who plays this for 100 hours. He's going to know where you are, but it might help a little to blend in. It would be interesting. Just an extra addition. Personally, I would rather aim at somebody's head than to hide as a tree, but that is super interesting. What I want to kind of go through is the bigger picture, right? It's this information right here. This has the good stuff, okay? So they tell you that you're basically an operative looking to advance yourself, improve yourself. And what's very cool about this is you can see the menu, which is going to have a lot of details. We'll get into that. You're trying to get into the Fox Squadron, but you have to work your way and build up the ranks. Looks like they're going to have a full rank system and you're going to do more. And what they explained is you're going to get sent out on simulated missions that will basically give you a chance to prove yourself, okay, in these survival capture style missions. It's the wording that they use, and I would assume they mean capture to survive. And I'll get into that in a second. But basically, you're going to be getting top secret documents, going to most likely rescue people, things like that, and then get the Karakin, which we've seen in some of the footage. And then they also talk about getting weapons on site, as you can see. And then the last team surviving wins. This is the biggest part of this whole reveal. So you can consider this a battle royale. You can consider this an extraction shooter, something along those lines. And maybe they're doing a new genre and something we never seen, which I'm welcoming for something new. We're not getting the traditional Metal Gear Online, so why not go all out and do something that we've never seen before? I want to take a moment and talk about this right here. What you're looking at is the menu. I want to kind of do a little breakdown on some of the things that we're seeing here. So you're going to have characters and they look like they have ranking systems. The higher you go up, the more camo you're able to unlock. This is on the right side. If you see right here, you're able to go up to level 30 at the moment from this. And there's also mask suits. Okay, so that is super interesting. You have the stealth camo, you have the mask and suits, you have a life regen, and then your stamina recovery. So this is going to be elements you're going to be able to do, and it looks like it's going to be somewhat of a grind because you have 1,000 points to get to the next rank from part 1. Probably be easy to do, but I just wanted to point that out if you got patient. They did say there's no in-game purchases, but as far as like microtransactions, I assume. But it says requires reward package. Okay, you have 0. This, I assume, is your in-game currency for you to buy things with that. There's the radio presets. If you guys ever played Metal Gear Online, you're able to have full library of things to say. Hey, I got your back. Hey, over here. Hey, and then you can basically say anything almost. We have a lot of different options. The crazy one that I'm looking at and that I think could be interesting is the masks and suits. Just want you to pay attention. If you're a fan of the series like me, I'm gonna say ain't no way if they're gonna allow us to play as Ocelot, boss, big boss. This game is already a W. So you put that on as a mask, you run around as a character, cosplay, have fun in whatever fashion you want. And I think this would be awesome if they did that. And then the AT camo is the stealth suits. Okay, we know that for a fact, and I'm going to showcase them in a second here. But I did want to kind of just point this out and give you guys a full rundown. This is confirming this is not going to be a quick game where you just get in and don't do anything. It's going to be a leveling system. There's a bunch of actual well thought out elements to this. Then I want to kind of take a moment to talk about why I think it might be a battle royale or extraction. It's sounding more like a battle royale because they said the last team surviving wins. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go just like a battle royale, pick up my weapon, pick up my ammo, get some heals, all the different things. That is confirmed. There's more than 2 players on the same team. These 2 guys are standing next to each other, so it might be more than 2. Don't know the numbers, and they also said we don't want to give out any details about how many people are in there. So this is super cool, super exciting. Interested to see how this plays out, guys. I like it. And then we've seen this before, but we did not see the Kerrigan. Kerrigan right here is your objective. They confirm it on the website and in the interviews. You're gonna have to go basically get this. The question that I have, if it's the last team standing, we're eliminating teams as we play like a battle royale, you're putting objectives in a battle royale where we have to get this item ASAP. I'm just curious how that would play out. And what are those consequences? Picking up documents, rescuing somebody, or getting the Kerrigan. How that play? Or do you just want to defend it? Is there going to be an attack and defend within the last team standing? Just curious how this can all play out. I mean, the dynamics can vary. And like I said, they've been saying it's a new way to play. And I don't want to speculate that it's battle royale or extractions only. It's something new. That'd be very cool. But yeah, those are some things. You can see right here, the gentleman gets taken down. I just have a whole bunch of other images in here, nothing directly tied to that. But the principle here is I definitely feel very good about this information now. First, they were being too vague for me. I was already upset that Metal Gear Online isn't coming back in the traditional sense. And then they weren't saying much. And now we have the information that you need to know. What I wanted to point out, and this footage is from Twitter, so it isn't the best quality. And I did want to showcase these type of options, right? So you're going to be able to unlock all this. This isn't automatic. You have to earn the ranking to unlock a specific skin. That is a grind. And how good and useful are they going to be? That's the question. I know that if somebody's pretty far, they probably won't see it. But if they're within the vicinity, I think they'll be able to tell. I don't feel like it's too hard. Again, we play it to see how this functions and goes forward. My only problem with the visuals is that they did not really give us UI. With the UI, I can tell how many enemies are in the map, you know, how many friends are in the map. Those are the things you want to pay attention to, because then you're able to officially see like, oh, wait, okay, now we know what the system is like. The moment, like a one-on-one, but it definitely isn't. They teams. Me, it's going to be 3 or more, because we always seen 2 partnered up players. It might be even 5 players. You know, never know. But these are the things that are in question. Like, what exactly, how does this function? And I do believe that they're just figuring that out right now. Shouldn't overthink it. And I'm going to overthink it. We're going to do a bunch of breakdowns. But this information here is critical. And I want to just kind of read off a little bit of their interview and discuss some extra things and their wording specifically, just to kind of give you guys a little more inspiration on what is possible for this game. Pretty interesting. They says, you know, the camo, for example, they say it's useful in any situation, whether you need to escape, ambush, evade, infiltrate discreetly, right? And then they say only those who show total mastery as both the soldier and field agent will survive. And it says honing your skills, combat, and infiltration, utilizing the weapons and gear secured on site, outlasting the other in a survival style training mission to prove who is the best suited to serve in box unit. This is pretty much kind of like the staple of motivation on this. So I know this footage isn't the best. Keep replaying it, because if you see anything that I haven't noticed just yet, feel free to share, and I'll definitely do more breakdown on this. Those are pretty much the details that we know right now for this game mode. I'm excited for it, and I will definitely be hosting some events, doing some cool things for the community. Welcome to be part of that. So that's what we got for today's video. I did do the recap for reviews, and I have full raw 4K 60 FPS gameplay, and I'm going to be doing deeper dives. All of that should be popping up on screen. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. See you on the next one. Peace.